All right, family, and we are now live. Let me make sure my mic is on. Thank you for your patience. We are now live. I'm with the world famous Lloyd Strahorn, about to bring the brother on. But before I do, as usual, get comfortable. Please hit the like button. Everybody that's in the building, hit the like button. Get comfortable, and we will be right back after 1 minute, family. After 1 minute. Hey, let's get to it without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen. Let me welcome back to the show, world famous Lloyd Strayhorn. Welcome back, my brother.
Thank you. Thank you. Glad to be back. It's an honor, as always, Brother Rich.
And real quick, I got to give a shout out. Let me give a shout out.
Please.
My first piece of merch. We about to come out with this album, family. The I Could Do Magic merch. Tell me this ain't fire. Go to Holy Ghost 3. I don't even have the commercial yet. But the I Could Do Magic merch is now available on holyghost3.com. We're gonna make a commercial and all that, but I literally just picked it up a little while ago. But it's absolute fire. Let me move my change. The I Could Do Magic merch. I advise all y'all to get it and to tap into your individual magic because we all have magical abilities. So shout out to Jefferson and Cambada. We officially got I Could Do Magic shirts on deck and the hoodies. And it's that time of the year where we tap into our magical abilities and our abilities to manifest. And our clothing should match our frequency. So that's what this is about. holyghost3.com, family. Lloyd, welcome back to the show, brother. I had to get you see the merch, huh, Lloyd? You see this bar right here, man.
It's like, where can I order my t-shirt? Okay, it's like that.
Oh man, yeah, man. Well, how you doing, Lloyd?
I'm doing fine. I'm glad to say, happy as ever.
Yeah.
It's interesting when you finally find something you love to do. It's always a joy. Like I can tell you love your work, and especially when you get into the music, you just in a whole nother realm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So people see this side of you, but then there's another side of you too. Other than that, I'm quite well, quite happy, and thanks for asking.
Lloyd, this is I'm glad to have you on here. We're approaching, let me see, what's today is the 29th, Lloyd.
Yeah.
The last month of the year is starts Friday. But I'm gonna tell you, before I go into that, I just seen a real interesting video earlier today, and this is something that we have heard about for a long time in the conscious community and in the new age community and the spiritual community. And I wonder how it affects numerology, where they found a Bible from 1775, Lloyd, a Bible from 1775. And the Bible showed how the beginning of the year started in March, and the first day of the week was actually Sunday, not Monday. The last day of the week, the seventh day, the Sabbath day was Saturday, and the first day of the week was Sunday. And it actually it also talked about a 13th month calendar, lunar calendar.
Well, you know what's interesting? I'm not a calendar expert, but there are different calendars around the world. There's a Mayan calendar. In the Middle East, they got their own calendars. In China, they got their own calendars. So I'm more familiar with the calendar here in the West, as they call it, which is the January through uh, December,
Yeah.
Sunday through Saturday. But there's all kinds of calendars, brother. You would be very, very surprised at it. So here in the West, this is where I focus. So, for example, I do have a couple of clients from the Middle East.
Mm-hmm.
They were born on one birthday there, but when they arrive here, they have a different birthday. Now, why
Wow.
that is, I don't know. Somewhat some African brothers too,
Mm-hmm.
and so they'll mostly give it as January the 1st,
Mm-hmm.
from what I understand. But so it all depends on what part of the world you come from,
Yeah.
the month and time and day you're born. So it's but in every respective country, they have their own culture, their own religion, their own calendar too, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Do you ever find like you give different advice depending on your geographical location, or is your advice pretty much the same wherever you go on the globe?
No, you can because this year coming up, 2024, certain countries and certain cities in the United States will be doing better than others, and some won't.
Certain certain
So
countries, certain
astrologically,
cities is yeah. Say
yeah,
that, yeah.
so astrologically, there are zodiac signs that will do well, zodiac signs that will be challenged. Numerically, there will be numbers that will do well and numbers that will be challenged.
What zodiac signs to do well next year?
Capricorns, Aquarius, and Libras. Those are the ones that go to the head of the class.
Wow.
Or numerically, if you're born on the 8th, the 17th, or the 26th. See the beauty about nature and how the process of time works in astrology and numerology, everybody gets a turn. Everybody, you just got to be patient. But we live in a world, as you know, Brother Rich, of instant gratification. Just add water and everything instantly appears or grows. But that doesn't work like that in the scheme of things in the universe. There's always a process.
So you said Capricorn, Libras, and who else?
Aquarians.
Aquarius. So
Yeah, see, the reason why is the
yeah.
original ruler of Capricorn is Saturn. And because we're going into 2024, which is an 8, each number has been assigned by the rulership of the planet. Well, the number 8 is ruled by the planet Saturn. So Aquarius, although it's now been revised because it was once ruled Saturn to the negative, Capricorn was Saturn to the positive. And then Libra, because Venus has its exaltation in Saturn, or Saturn has its exaltation in Venus. It's one of those. But those will be the three signs that are likely to do well in some way, shape, or form. And numerically, if a person is born on the 8th of the month, and of all the 8 series, the 8th, the 17, and the 26, 17 will be the most blessed out of the series because the
Why?
17 is called the 8-pointed star of Venus. It denotes the power of financial success and the number of immortality.
Mm.
Yeah, I flex too, brother. You know, I ain't no 8, but
I
I
could
flex
do
too.
magic. I could do magic, y'all. I'm doing that because I'm a 17, y'all. For y'all don't know why. For those who don't know why I'm acting like that, I'm a
Yeah,
17.
that's an inside joke between us, right?
Wow, that's dope. So next year is a powerful year for me, huh?
Yes.
Shit.
Next, you see 8. You know, it's interesting because you interviewed me in the summer of 2022 about the year of the 7 that went viral on TikTok in
Okay.
front of
I
Nicholas,
see that
Brooklyn.
everywhere in front of Nicholas. I seen that video
Mhm.
everywhere,
Yeah.
everywhere.
So when Erica Badu posted that, my
Oh, she
my
posted
children
it.
swore, yeah, my children swore I was the
Oh,
biggest thing since ice cream. You know what I'm saying? Oh,
oh
daddy, your
man.
son says, you know, but she posted it too because I think her son is named 7.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So here it is a year later. Now we're talking about the year to come. Well, this is a year that everybody wants because 8 is always associated with money, the ability to have access to things, power, the ability to get things moving, achievements where you climb mountains and get jobs and objectives and goals done,
Mm,
recognition by your peers, people of status, and things like that. It's
right.
also a cycle that deals with births, marriages, pregnancies, separations, divorce. It is a cycle year that's going to See, it's what is called a universal year. Universal means I don't care what your birthday is, what your birth number is, everybody's got to go through this cycle of the eight coming up for 2024. Now,
Mm-hmm.
those who are under Capricorn, Aquarius, and Libra, those who are
Mm-hmm.
born on the 8th, the 17th, and the 26th of the month, well, they will receive more of the blessings. Like this year, we're in the year of the seventh. So that means Pisces and Cancer and people born on the 2nd, the 7th, the 11th, the 16th, the 20th, the 25th, and the 29th of the month. So
Mm-hmm.
everybody gets a turn. You just have to wait. And that's the only thing about nature, man. You Mother Nature's not gonna let you rush her. You just gonna have to be patient and wait your turn. But when it comes, this is when a person should have the awareness or the knowledge to take full advantage of it. So all Capricorns, Aquarians, and Librans, and number 8 persons born on the 8th, the 17th, and the 26th. This is your year to take full advantage of what's coming up in a matter of 30 something days,
Mm-hmm.
going into the whole 365 days of the year. And so the
Mm-hmm.
goal should be high. So in an 8 personal year, I tell the client to aim for the sun, even if they only hit the moon, but think big. For
Mm-hmm.
all of us, since this is a universal year, 8 is a year that reconnect us with our past, people we haven't seen. And events that normally take place to do that are weddings, christenings, baby showers, family reunions, funerals. I'm not talking about these media sites. I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about what is called traditionally in all the cultures of humanity. So people are gonna meet people they haven't seen or heard from in eons. So it's going to be very interesting. And another beauty about the number 8 universal year is everybody really begins to see what part they've been playing on life stage. 8 is a philosophical number where you really kind of do some growing up. I don't care whether you're 9 to 90. Everybody's going to have this sense of seeing like, okay, this is what part I've been playing on life stage. And these are the characters that have been in my life via family members, frenemies, enemies, relatives, employees, lovers, whatever the case is.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, wow. I mean, one theme I keep. Well, let me say next year. I don't know if I asked you this last show, Lloyd, but they say next year is the year of the dragon. I don't know if you get into that too much. The
That's
year of
Chinese astrology.
so you don't get into that.
No, I'm not. I am familiar with it, but I'm no expert in it. But I do know next year is the year of the dragon. And I
Uh-huh.
do know this for a fact. Chinese New Year's always starts on a new moon in the sign of Aquarius.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
It always starts on
Indeed,
the new moon.
indeed. So
And
what?
so,
Yeah, go ahead, Lloyd. Go ahead.
no, so that's all I'm saying. So it all depends on what signs. I think tigers, just as there are certain zodiac signs that get along with others, so in Chinese astrology too.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I do know, like this year, we're wrapping up as the year of the tiger, I do believe. Now we're going into the year of the dragon. And in fact, that is the most revered of all the animal symbols in China. So you will always see the dragons, like even Bruce Lee, Enter the Dragon,
Right,
things of that nature. You know what I'm saying?
right. Definitely, definitely. What do you think is the major? What's the biggest difference, Lloyd, between 2023 is an 8 year, 2015 was an 8 year. A lot of us, our memory is good enough to remember 2015, what we had going on in 2015. So, what would be the biggest difference between that 2015 and 2023 for those who can
You
remember
mean
that 8 year?
2024? You mean 2024?
2024. I'm sorry. Yeah,
Yeah,
2024. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah, yeah.
See,
You
what
understand.
happens is tonight I'll tell people what personal year they're going to go through, and I will tell them. I says, in order to get an understanding of the year you're coming up, I always go back to the past because the future we have no clue yet, but the past we have a reference. And I'll say back as far as 1997, 2006, 2015. Why? Because all those 3 years I mentioned were years that added up to an 8. 2027 added up to 26, which is an 8. 2006 added to an 8. 2015 added to an 8. And I tell the person the difference between then and now is that hopefully we're wiser,
Okay.
maturer, more understanding, have life's experience. That's why the elders say that's why youth and wisdom don't go together.
Mm.
It
Youth and
just doesn't.
wisdom. Youth
Yeah.
and wisdom do not go together, huh?
No, it normally don't. So that's why when we get older, we look back and say, "Gee," and there used to be that saying, "Had I known now what I knew then." Well,
Mm-hmm.
that's because we didn't have life's experience yet. But
Mm-hmm.
this year is going to be a year of awakening that's going to bring a whole lot of people to a certain reality of what part they've been playing on life stage and why. So it's going to
Mm-hmm.
be an interesting year for everybody. That's why they call it a universal year, because no one escapes. However, there is the personal year. So if I took September the 17th and added to the year 2024, this individual will be entering a seven personal year. So the universal year will be an eight, but this individual born on September the 17th, they will be in a seven personal year. Now, in a 7 year that we're about to leave, it's a year to do soul searching, a year for reflection, a year where you want to kind of be left alone to get away from the noise, the drama, the confusion, the BS. It's a
Mm-hmm.
time where you want to seek inner knowledge, inner wisdom. This is in so when a person's in a 7 year, normally that's when they go back to church. They find religion, they become born again Christians, or they become interested in the metaphysical sciences, spirituality, things of that nature.
Okay.
And it's the year of secrets revealed, where things that have been hidden comes to the surface.
What do you feel about cryptocurrency in the year of money 2024, 8 year?
Well, eight has anything to do with money, finances, possessions, material things. So I would say crypto is going to do very, very well. Anything dealing with finances, but it all depends on what particular country is happening in. Well, crypto is universal anyway, but it should do well for the most part.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. I was curious about that because crypto is universal and it's a universal year and it's supposed to be a money year. So I'm like, I wonder if the crypto market is finally going to rebound as a result of this. You know what I'm
I would
saying?
say it's going to rebound big time, definitely.
Wow.
Because with the state of what's going on here in this country financially,
Mm-hmm.
with in fact, there was a quote from Jamie Dimon, the head of Citibank, that the citizens of this country has been on a sugar high. In other words, the debt or indebtedness of the U.S. citizens in this country is at an all-time high,
Mm-hmm.
which will affect the economy. But eight is normally one of the oppositions to the number of the United States anyway,
Mm-hmm.
and it affects economics. So if you notice, back in March, there was the bank in California closed, then some other smaller banks closed, and then J.P. Morgan and Citibank and the larger banks stepped in and took over those. Then there was something recent about a month and a half ago where the persons couldn't withdraw their money, and
Mm-hmm.
yet the banking industry is now trying to switch over to digital currency, trying to take cash out of hand. I don't know how that's going to happen because everybody don't have access to debit, credit cards, and stuff like that. So, and cash is still going to be around for a while. But the
Let me
goal is
ask.
is to try to make everything digital.
Let me ask you this. Something I was thinking about with numerology. I seen and someone in the chat made me think about something I seen. I seen a numerologist breaking down the situation with P Diddy and what's going on with him and how his empire is crumbling and falling right now as it appears, because of the lawsuit from Cassie and companies are dropping him and just his name and his reputation and his image is being tarnished unlike anything we've seen from the brother before. And a person was breaking down numerology. You know the word I'm trying to use.
Numerologically,
Numerologically, why it's happening. And in my mind, I'm saying, listen, this brother has been popping for 30 years. I don't care if it's number 1 to 9 year. He didn't experience them years two, three, 4 times before, Lloyd, and nothing happened to him. Like a person to say, well, it's a number 8 years, so this is going to happen to you. 5, 8 years go by and nothing happened to you. Then it finally happens to you in the ninth 8 year, and they're like, "Oh, I told you," but 5, 8 years then went by and nothing happened to you. So why does it seem that numerologists they say this is going to happen on this year? Decades go by, that year be fine. Then 1 year happens, and then all of a sudden they blame it on a number. I don't get it.
well, sometimes we be kind of looking for something to get our hands on. Okay, like throwing something against the wall to see if it sticks. But I'll put it like this.
Mm,
This year, as it favors number 8 people primarily, and in a minor way, those who are born on a 3 or a 6, then those who are under a 4 or a 5 will be in the reverse.
mm,
Well, P. Diddy is born on the 4th of the month,
mm,
4th of November.
mm,
Now, all of a sudden, you may have heard that Jamie Foxx has been accused of something. He's also born on the 13th as a 4. So, so just as there are numbers that are very favorable for a year,
mm,
there are numbers that could be challenging for the year. So it all depends. But eventually things catch up. So if you look at the former president, now things are catching up with him for decades. For decades. Now everything is he's got all these indictments, but he happens to be born on the 14th of the month of June, which is a 5.
mm.
So 4s and 5s are likely to be challenged, but it depends on what sign that number is in. So you can have a number from 1 to 9, but are there a number 1 Capricorn, a number 1 Aquarius, a number 1 Pisces, or Aries, or Taurus, or Gemini, or Cancer around the horoscope?
Mm, indeed.
That's why I call
Indeed.
what I do astronumerology, because I merge both of these ancient African sciences together.
Right, right, right. Are there any, because of we talked about cryptocurrency, and because it's a money year, a lot of people want to know what to get into make money. Is there any other fields where you feel as though it's going to be popping because it's 8 year next year?
Well, the thing that seems to be the catch-all now is by going by way of internet. That people can now make money on a lot of these social platforms, from what I understand. And now you'll see, if you visit them, you'll see a ton of them. Well, you want to make $1,000 a month, you want to do this a month. Then AI is stepping in to help add businesses and whatnot. So there's a lot of factors. So a lot of people who have traditionally made money through the 9 to 5, they are taking options, and the options that go by way of the internet. Because yes, brick and mortar is still good, but then a lot of the prices of homes have fallen about 18%. You know what I'm saying? That's brick and mortar. But yet, where it comes to the digital expression through these social networks, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, X, all that stuff, those are the ones who seem to be the beneficiaries of it. So it's like keeping up with the technology. So those who can keep up with the technology will do that. And never before could a person do something, put a ad, or put a post, a blog, or whatever they call it, on one of these Instagram programs, and they make money for them. So you hear young people making 100,000, $1 million, things that are unheard of.
Indeed, indeed. Oh man.
So this is the new technology, because we are now in the age of Aquarius, and Aquarius rules technology, and this age lasts for 2,500 years. So you and I will be just a little, even maybe a half a memory in anybody's life. So it's going to be like that. This would explain, because Aquarius is odd and unusual. Why now you see kids walking around with different color hair, people dressing all kind of ways, all kinds of things are happening. That's a reflection of the Aquarian age we're in.
Indeed. No, definitely, indeed. I see there's a brother who got a show, I think it's called Beyond 5D. And he was talking about how the next year, shout out to that brother. I forget the brother's name, Beyond 5D. Shout out to that brother. And he was just talking about next year being a money year. And I hear a lot of the numerologists talk about that. And
Mm-hmm.
he was saying how, if you go on the internet, there's a lot of dating advice now, and um, you know, back and forth with women and men and things of that nature. And he was saying how he feel as though a lot of women are going to stress their man to make money more than they ever have next year. And that's something for men to be aware of, that women are going to be in particular, uh, serious about their man, maybe going more than 50-50, paying for things. And you know what I'm saying?
Well,
So
brother,
is
that's
this
happening now anyway. But let me tell you, the advertisers know that women are the ones that spend the money.
Yeah.
We men are more conservative, because we know about trying to build a family, raise a family, support a family, educate a family. But so the advertisers more, because I was in advertising at one point. and the
Mm,
aim is toward the women. And for women, they will tell you it's more expensive for their upkeep. You and I, we wash our face, and that's it. They got to get lotions, this, that, and the other, makeup, a whole lot of things that you and I would take for granted.
mm.
So that would explain it. And then see, here's the thing too. A lot of the women now are higher educated with degrees, but what they don't say is the women that come out with these degrees got a whole lot of college loans behind it
Mm,
that they don't talk about.
mm.
And these college loans can last. There are people who are now in their 50s and 60s that had that loan when they was in their 30s, 20s, and 30s and still paying it.
Yeah, them college loans ain't no joke, Lloyd.
Yeah,
They,
yeah.
they they ain't no joke at all. They ain't no joke at all. What do you feel as though? How do you feel as? What do you feel about? Since we're talking about money, we talking about Sat. A lot of people say eight represent Saturn rules over eight. Uh,
Hmm.
how do you feel about the IRS, Lloyd?
Well, if I do the initials of the IRS, that's 1, 3, that'll be a 6.
Uh,
So since 6 is very friendly to the number 8, I would say the IRS will get more traction. Um, of course, a lot of people will have concerns with the IRS. Some, and especially in the political spectrum, one wants to defund the IRS, another can't want to fund more the IRS. So
yeah.
all that's gonna play out. But it is ruled by the number 6. And the second number behind money, other than the 8, is the number 6, then the number 3.
So 8, 6, then the 3.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So if you got a person that's born on January the 17th, like Muhammad Ali was, his numbers are the 8, 6, and 3. And
Didn't
he
they
made
say?
money.
I heard they say the 26 is the money number also, right? I heard.
No, 17 is called the number of immortality and the power of financial success.
Mm, mm. Yeah, very
So
interesting.
yeah, I tell you this, the 26 is called the number of Secret Service. And in fact, if you were in New York, if you went to City Hall, 26, I forgot the address on City Hall, but that's where the Secret Service building is at number 26
Mm-hmm.
downtown, you know. So it also means burglary and racketeering to the negative too.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm,
with the 17, most of the people who have been extremely financially successful in the world of finance have been 17s. JP Morgan, the 17, the New York Stock Exchange, the 17, Muhammad Ali. See, now people now like Floyd Mayweather, who gets tons of millions of dollars for a fight. Well, before Muhammad Ali came along, who was born on the 17th, boxers would get paid next to nothing to get their block knocked off. When he
mm,
came on the scene, that's when you start paying start getting paid a million, then millions and millions of dollars to do this.
mm.
You look at Michael Jordan, who was born on the 17th. How long has he been out the game of basketball? But his retros are still selling right now.
Right.
So that's why they call it the number of immortality, which means even when they make their transitions, people will still speak honorably and respectfully of them. But it means also that they have the opportunity to make a ton of money while living on the earth plane.
Mm.
And that's you. That's why you're going to be my new best friend next year.
Hey, 2024, brother. You know what's funny, Lloyd? You know what's funny? Somebody somebody pointed this out to me, Lloyd. I'm gonna tell you something that's funny with numbers that we don't pay attention to. So I filmed the music video, right?
Hmm.
I filmed the music video. The music video is in front of is in front of a building number. It's called I Could Do Magic, and the number equals up to 8. I think the number was I wish I should bring it up, but the number equaled up to number 8.
That to me would have
And
been a sign for you because you're an 8.
I did not even realize it. And hold up. And the 1061.
Yep, that's an
We
8.
filmed the video in front
That's
of
an 8.
a
That's an
store.
8.
The
Yep.
builder was 1061, and I released it on the 26th of the month, 8. And
You were
so,
right in sync. You know what I tell
Lloyd,
people?
I didn't know this.
No, because see,
Somebody pointed
numbers
it out
are
to me.
yeah, but they
Somebody
had a
pointed it
certain
out to me, bro.
awareness, knowing you were 8. The building was it was recorded in front of the building was 8, and coincidentally, because you're not thinking like that. Well, that's what I'm trained to do. But it tells you how subconsciously how numbers guide us. This is why I try to get my clients to know what their numbers are and then look for them and how they are expressed by their days and dates and years and ages of important changes. This is how it is. And so I think it's nice. So if you did it in front of a building that's an 8, you launched it on an 8, there's no question that's going to be successful.
Yeah,
And I would
I
be
just
surprised. And what was the 26th? What day of the week? Because your best days are always on a
Monday.
Saturday, a
It was
Monday.
a Monday. It was a Monday. Yeah, it was a
Okay.
Monday.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. And I just thought it was quite because I would have never in a million years even look at all of that. And then somebody in the comments said it. I'm like, damn, man, it wasn't a conspiracy, yo. Like I didn't know, you know what I'm
No, it's
saying?
not about conspiracies. It's about how numbers subconsciously guide us in the things we do. We are just not, because we are not made aware of them or conscious of them, doesn't mean it. For example, let's say they're in Atlanta or in New York, there was always a favorite place you always went to go for
Yeah,
food or whatever the case may be. 9 times out of 10, that favorite place that you go will add up to one of your numbers, which is the 8, the 6, and the 5.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's what will happen. And these are things that are subconscious. But because we are not trained to be aware like that, we just don't know. All I know is this is my favorite joint. I go here all the time. This is my favorite. But if you look at the address and take the time, more than likely to be up one of your key numbers, because you're
So
not just one number, you're several numbers.
so let me ask you this, Lloyd. Say, and I just want to use I'm gonna just use McDonald's as an example. Don't be an asshole in the comments about. Well, I'm not saying I eat McDonald's. Just I'm trying to use an example. So let's say I like to go to a McDonald's. Say I still live in Harlem, New York City. I
Right.
like to go to a McDonald's on 116th Street, and the building number equals up. The McDonald's building number equals up to number 8. And
Well,
then I
notice the
go.
street you just gave was 1/16, which is an 8.
I couldn't help it. I grew up on 160. I grew up around 160.
But
That's why I
notice
said
an 8. But
I
notice
grew
an 8.
I've just been around eights my whole life. But my point is, will that McDonald's taste different and treat my body different from if I ate at another McDonald's because the other McDonald's does not register to number 8? Will that one be extra special to me because it comes from the energy of a number 8 in that building?
I can't prove it, but it sounds logical. Why? I mean, McDonald's is all over the place. Like if you go to Chicago, there could be about 2 or 3
Yeah,
McDonald's in one
yeah,
long block. Okay,
yeah,
but
yeah,
why would one like to go to one particular McDonald's than the other?
yeah.
Maybe it's in alignment with their birthday or their zodiac sign. So I think that's good. See, now that's why I call my book Numbers in You for people who present these kinds of things. And then I go and do the research to find
Right.
out. Because McDonald's is a national chain. Everywhere you go, you find it out in this country, around the world. But there are some that a person may go to. And this could be also with any chain, whether it's Olive Garden, whether it's this, that, and the other. But normally when a person goes somewhere that's on a regular basis, that they say this is my favorite place, more than likely it represents one of their favorite numbers.
I
That
always wondered that my whole life. I always wondered why certain places taste better than others, and it was just always, you always just wonder certain things, Lloyd.
Yeah, but
So
that brings up a whole nother thing for me to go down the rabbit hole to test it. But
yeah,
you could be
yeah.
right, and it sounds I've been doing this so long I can almost tell intuitively whether that sounds right, but I just have to do the research as I
But
always do before I put it out there.
intuitively, it sounds right. That's what you
Yes, it
say.
does. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. That's why I was, and see, the closest to it was if you pay attention to the pace you always go all the time on a regular basis, more than likely that address will carry one of your numbers, if not your main number.
Hmm.
So, like we're there in Atlanta. I'm sure you've been there long enough now where you got favorite haunts that you go to get maybe your vegetables or this or that or the other, or the favorite gas station. The next time you do that, You pull into your favorite gas station of all the gas stations in the area, or your favorite food place. Check out the address, and it'll probably add up to an 8 or a 6 or a 5.
You know, the spot I showed you, Tassila, that's one of my favorite spots right now. With the 8 that I just talked to you about with the video. That's
Yeah,
so
yeah. Now,
that's
notice that's one of your favorite spots. I didn't know. I just thought you shot in front of it, but it
nah,
turns out to be one of
I
your
love I love
favorite
the food
spots.
there. Yeah, I love the food there.
Yeah, but notice it's an 8.
Yeah,
You see what
yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah,
And people will. This is why we all don't go to one. If so, we'd all pile up in the same restaurant or the same
yeah,
venue.
yeah. Lloyd, we got I know you Lloyd actually has to go at 10:30 tonight. By 10:30, Lloyd is out of here.
Yeah, tonight
So
anyway.
we gotta get to some people for Lloyd. The
Yeah, and in
people
fact, I want to tell them what their personal year is too.
the people gotta know what's popping for them for 2024,
Yep.
what they should
Oh,
be on
now
the
let me
lookout for.
explain how they
Yeah,
can do it, which will help them. To
yeah.
find out what your personal year is, you take the month and day you're born, but instead of adding the year that you were born, in its place, you add the year you want to know about now, which is 2024. So
Mhm,
that's why it says, in my mind, you're born September the 8th, 17th. So when I mentally took September the 17th, added to 2024, you personally will be in the 7 personal year. That's why I'm
mhm,
saying there's the universal year, which means every one of us, birds, dogs, cats, human beings, you name it, got to go through this cycle. But then you have your own individual year. Then there will be some exceptions whereby the personal year will match actually their date of birth. Now, that's going to happen for you in 2025. Because if you took September the 17th at the 2025, you will be in an 8 personal year, and the fact that you're born on an 8, that's going to be a very significant year to give you a clue, like it was in the fall of 2006 and the 2007, also 2015 and the 2016.
mhm, mhm.
So it's just something to think about because
Oh yeah,
everything is cyclical.
oh yeah, oh yeah. All right, family, it's that time. Let's get into some readings. Uh we go to the paid ones first. We know how we always do. But listen, I'm gonna warn y'all for anybody who's paying or sending a super chat for a read. I'm warning everybody right now. We are ending at 10:30. So
Yeah, I
don't
have
get
to only
mad
because
at
I
brother.
have a prior
Yeah,
commitment. So,
yeah, he has a prior engagement. Normally, Lloyd is stay. You know how you do. He don't have mine. He holds it down. So we're doing readings. Well, I always go to the paid people first who support, but we are ending at 10:30. That's Brother Rich personal warning. So don't get mad when we end. We are
I said,
ending.
thank you.
Yes, we are ending at 10:30, family. As long as you know that. Lloyd.
And
So
what I'll
Lloyd,
try to
don't.
do is keep it brief because I can expound
Yes,
because I'm into
please.
this so
Yeah,
much. So
yeah.
I'll just
And
shorten it
and, and
to allow more
family,
people
I,
to
I
come in.
I see some of y'all sending. Y'all can send money, but y'all gotta at least leave your birthday. I mean, leave your
Oh,
birthday,
that will
family.
greatly help.
Yeah, you can't just leave. You have to leave your birthday, family. You have to. But once again, let me say this one last time. I really got to stress this. We are ending at 10:30 because I know how y'all are. Nobody needs it that bad to stay on here all night. All right,
Well,
nobody needs it that bad.
I'll give them contacts how they can have access to me
Yeah,
or
yeah,
schedule sessions. So
indeed.
it'll work.
All right, so yeah, let's go. We're going to 10:30 tonight for everybody who knows. To get started, Lloyd. Once again, Lloyd, please don't take too long with one person. Just brief
I'm
reading.
gonna get right to it.
Keep it moving. All right. I'm going in order. I'm not skipping anybody. I'm going in order. I'm not some of y'all thought I was skipping last time. Not skipping anybody. I will go in
People are
order.
something else, right?
Yeah, there's some. Yeah, I'm gonna go in order. I'm gonna go in order to 10:30. All right, I'm gonna go in order to 10:30, y'all. All right, I'm going in order to 10:30. It's all super chat, so it don't matter what you put in the chat. This is all super chats right now. All right, look, we're starting out with Robbie. Robbie Wilson, 11/23/1985. Lloyd.
This person is going into a 6 personal year. Now, this is the cycle that rules love, marriage, separation, divorce, birth, pregnancies, moving into a home, moving out of a home, making adjustments. In fact, his key numbers, or Robbie's key numbers, are the 5, the 6, and the 3 anyway. So since they're going into a year that's going to be very favorable from a romantic point of view, so it all depends. If they have no mates, that will change. If they're in a relationship, that might move to the next level. But if they're in a relationship that's been working their nerves, it's definitely going to go south by summertime. And their key numbers again are the 5, 6, and 3, where Wednesday, Friday, and Thursdays are their best days in that order.
Lord, I want them to know like what should they look out for in 2024? Like how you tell me about 2024. Like, you know what
Well,
I
they
mean?
will be in a 6 personal year, and this has to do with the home, the family, the health,
Yeah,
adjustments, relationships, makeups, breakups, adjustments. Normally, this is when people move into a home, move out of a home, go to
got you,
school, finish
got you.
school, whatever. But it's always about the improvement, and especially with women going into a 6, that tells me that starting around somewhere around last month up to now, they're doing something with their hair. So when they come into the year, their hair is going to be totally different or styled differently than the way it was as we're about to leave here.
Got you. All right, next one, feminine, masculine, R1. I don't know if this is a woman or a man. I have no idea
No,
what.
well, oh, that's
826
interesting how they did that too. Yeah,
Huh?
I see what you're saying. No, I see
Yeah,
feminine and masculine. Which is it?
I
I'm
don't
going to
know
say
what.
feminine since that's the first word. It wasn't masculine, feminine, but feminine, masculine.
Yeah.
But the point is, they too will be entering 8/16/24, a 6 personal year. 6 has to do with adjustments. 6 also has to do with the law of compensation. So let's say this person got a bad deal during the experience about 2023, 2022, especially this year coming up. There's going to be something that's going to make up for or be compensated for that which didn't go through with success. You will have a person that promised they didn't come through. You will have a person that agree they disagree. So whatever. So it's also about the year of compensation too and making adjustments. But their numbers are the 8, the 6, and the 5. They got the same numbers as you.
Wow. Okay. All right, let's get to the next one. Oracle Eyes. My stepdad is in the bad way, health and financially. Wanted to know if you can give any insight. His B date is 9/21/1945.
Well, this person is going into a 2 personal year, so the father may have some concerns with the stomach and digestive tract, the prostate, a change of diet. But I noticed with 3s, it rules anxiety attacks and panic episodes and things like that. It also rules the hip, the thighs, and the feet. So since it's her dad, it would be more to the left side of the body, more so than the right side. And though, and it's interesting because the number 3 also rules low blood pressure too. So those may be some of the concerns. But because the person is coming into a 2 personal year and 2 has to do with food, I would suggest one of the best ways to heal the body is a change of diet. And if
All
her
right.
father can do that, maybe it will offset something. Because let me tell you, it's financially very expensive to get sick in this country.
Yeah, no, you're right. Let's get to the next one real quick. 11/22/1990.
Well, this person is heading into a cycle of change. They're at the midway point. So let's say this is 1 and this is 9. Well, right here in the center is, so in other words, this year it's coming up is they're about to make a pivot in the way they've been doing things. Their birthday was just last week. So they're now in a reputation cycle, which means whatever they got doing moving the next 51 days past the 22nd is likely to go their way. But this year brings about a change for the better, a change of opportunity, and this person, all depending on how their relationship is going, I'd give them some space and let them breathe, to let them come and go as they please. By the way, their lucky numbers are the 4, 1, and 3.
All right. Let's get to the next person. Brianna, you didn't, I'm assuming you just want to donate. You didn't leave a birthday or anything. So let's get
But
to
I
the
can
next.
do her name. Okay,
All right.
anyway,
All right. Okay, good, good. Yeah,
if I
do that.
do her name as she has it there, that's 7. Okay, let's see, that's 10, 15, 16, 17. So her name tells me that people that will be attracted to her, or if that is her name that was given by one of her parents could have either been a Capricorn, Aquarius, or born on the 8th, the 17th, or the 26th, or the minor way Libra. It also tells me she would attract much older men too. Yet her birthday, her name suggests she will be blessed not to look her age, but when she opens her mouth, people want to know how old are you again, because she will exhibit that sense of maturity. Or the parents may say, girl, you was born with a veil over your face. But her most important numbers will be the 8, 6, and 3 based on that name.
All right. Okay. We got March 10th, 1989. She says I'm 34 equals 7, and I'll be turning 35 equals 8.
Okay, well, she is a water sign with a fire number, and she's entering a 3 personal year. Now, that may not mean anything to her, but Pisces is ruled by the number 3. And from her birthday on the 10th of March, her key numbers are the 1, the 4, and the 3. So, since her personal year is matching one of her key numbers, and 3 denotes good luck and good fortunes and expansions and prosperity and networking, things of that nature. I expect her to have a banging year like she did in the fall of 2014 into 2015 too. So things are going to open up for her. And let's say at this point she's dealing with a legal matter. Well, it will more than likely be resolved in her favor if that is the case. And by the way, her numbers are the 1, 4, and 3, and Sundays and Thursdays are her best days.
Okay, this person left a detailed message. Peace, my birthday today, 11/29/1999. Also, Chadwick Boseman at the end of Black Panther 2. His son becomes heir to the throne. His name is Tucson. Tucson is my ancestor. Any metaphysical numerical interpretation?
Well, yeah, it's interesting because this is the same day as Billy Strayhorn that wrote Take the A Train, Lush Life, Passion Flower. This is also the same day as Barack Obama's mother, who was born on November the 29th. But in this case, he is going into, or yes, Jermaine is going into a 3 personal year. The last person that was born on March the 10th. So that means, and since 3 rules a sign of Sagittarius, which governs foreigners, foreign countries, foreign languages, I expect him to do some traveling, particularly in the months of February, also particularly in the months of April, also in the month of July, if I'm not mistaken. Those will be the good travel months for him, followed by the month of December of next year. But this person will find that women are his blessing and his curse, that there will be women who love him for who he is, and then if women can't have him, then nobody can have him. It's going to be one of those kind of things. But he's a good spirit. If you look at the year he's born, look at all those nines. He was born on
Uh,
29, 1999. So that
Lloyd,
means
Lloyd,
he
we
has to
gotta
be
move on, Lloyd. We
okay.
got,
Good. Yeah, good. Yeah. See,
I mean, I gotta remind you. I know you
yeah,
get caught.
thank you.
Lloyd loves his craft, so he's gonna keep going. It's my job to remind him that we gotta move on. But Lloyd loves what he's doing, so he's gonna go on. All right, let's get to the next one.
Bless you. Rich.
8/18/1990.
Fire sign with a fire number have a good opinion of themselves. And if this is a woman, her attitude, the only thing a woman can do for her is bring her a man. And in fact, that if it is a woman, more than likely they tend to attract men in uniform, police, construction, military, whatever, or they themselves may have had a career related where they wore a uniform. But this year is a year where it's about discovering who you are finally, what you've been about, and definitely you want to get away from the noise, the drama, and the BS and be left alone.
Okay, let's get to the next one. 3/6/1986.
This person will be entering an 8 personal year. Now, not
Yeah.
only is this a personal year 8, the universal year is an 8. So this
Ooh,
person should do very well. And since their numbers
ooh,
are the 6, 3, and 9, and 6 and 3s are very friendly to the 8, this person has almost no excuse whatsoever not to do well in a
come on,
financial
y'all.
way. And their
Yeah.
numbers are the 3, 6, and 9.
We God. Send me a testimony when you're doing good this year. Send me a testimony. I can't wait to hear it. How you
Yeah.
just I just get next one is 2/6/2000.
Well, this person is going into a period where they want to back up everybody. They want to give themselves a break. They want to get away, go somewhere where there's the sand, the sea, and the sun to kind of regroup and figure out why they've been doing the things they've been doing. Also, it's indicated they're going to be having since September, October of just last month, strange or prophetic dreams where they wake up and say, "What is that about?" But normally they're very personable, very charming, very magnetic in their personality, but right now they just don't want to be bothered with too many people. Their key numbers are the 6, 2, and 7.
All right. Kimmy left no birthday.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Well, I can tell you this about Kimmy's name. Is 8, 10, 11, 12. Kimmy's name tells me she will attract Pisces and Sagittarians to her. It also tells me if she's not careful, she wound up being the victim or the sacrifice for the plans and intrigues of others. So, in other words, her name suggests she has to be careful of being used by other people. Cammy, how you doing? so and so, can you do me a solid? She'll say yes, and then change her mind or get mad at herself when she says, I don't know what they asked me. They should ask somebody else. But
Mm.
that's what it does.
All right. Okay, so next one is 7/6/1993.
This person is going through a 3 personal year where things are really going to present a lot of opportunities to them. They're going to be making headways. And if they happen to be blessed to travel outside the country, which is somewhere looking at it somewhere around about late May, June, they're going to find they're going to do very, very well wherever they go. Normally, they have a great personality, but because of the year they're going into is about expansion, they're going to be quite busy. They're going to be making the kind of contacts that's going to help take them to the next level by that June and July period.
Okay. We got Dream to Reality, 1/7/1984.
This person is going into a 7 personal year and they happen to be born on a 7 day. So that means they're going to be more in line than any other time over the past several years about what they're about, what their purpose is, what their role is, discovering who they really are, and going down the rabbit hole of life to get to the bottom of some answers that have been elusive for quite some time. Their lucky numbers are the 7, 2, and 8.
All right. Next one is 7/6/1993.
Oh, we read a guy like that, but I'll repeat it. In this case, Simone is in a year where they're going to be connecting with their past in a way in the beginning of the year, but it's going to be a year where things are going to really blossom and expand and open up. They're going to be quite busy, by the way, and they should take full advantage of the year to broaden their contacts, broaden their associations, and things of that nature. There's a chance that they may go out of the country. There's a chance that they may even get involved with a relationship with a person that's totally from a different culture, totally from a different ethnicity, totally different from the way they think. And her birthday suggests she will probably be attracting younger men versus the older men she's been used to.
All right, we got 8/4/1989.
This person is also going to be in hold on, let me do this. They're going to be going through a year where they're going to have to be patient. Leo is not known to be the most patient sign on the planet, but patience will get them much further than trying to push or force or impose their way on others. So I would tell Jay Goddess to use the Delilah effect to charm the person, not bogart them or insist, but just use the gift of persuasion and charm when the woman really wants something from us. Their numbers are the 4, 1, and 5.
All right, we got 9/20/1975.
This person would be a sweetie pie by description, but this person is heading into a cycle where they're not taking no stuff from nobody. This year they wrapped up has been tough. They had to bring things to a close. There may have been some confrontational matters back in late August, September of this year. But right now, her attitude is, although she has a gentle, loving, caring, sharing spirit, right now her attitude is Angela wants to look out for number one. It's me, myself, and I. And her
Mm.
lucky numbers are the 2, 7, and 5.
All right, we got 2/26/1984.
Well, the name King tells me he will attract people under the signs of Leo and Aquarius and Cancer. But his birthday tells me he will attract people under the signs of Aquarius, Capricorn, followed by Libra. And it tells me that he's very much influenced by women in the earlier part of his life. He was probably introduced to Sex 101 by an older young lady as he was coming into his maturity. But he's always been a rock solid person. So although he appeared to be distant or aloof, the cat is really very warm. You got to get to know him. And he's loyal and faithful. When he commits himself to you and he looks to the heavens, he's committed. His numbers, by the way, are the 8, 6, and 3. Oh, no, 8, 3, and 6, excuse me.
All right. Let's get 8/27/1982.
This person wants to step back from everybody. Normally, they have a very bold, outgoing personality. They tend to know people and get along, especially better with the men than the females. But this particular year, we'll find that they want to back up a bit. They want to be discreet, discriminating. They want to go to places that are more reserved and quiet if you take them out, like in the more of a candlelight situation and whatnot. And they need to go somewhere this year near a body of water. So that can be the ocean, the Bahamas, near a pond or a brook or creek. And you'll find that they need to pay attention to their dreams because they're going to have a lot of strange ones before it's over. Her numbers are the 9, 5, and 6.
All right. Let's do Danny T. December 11, 2000.
Danny T is going to be working on laying the foundations of some very important things. You know, anytime you build a structure, Brother Rich, you got to build a cornerstone. Well, that's what he's going to be doing this year. He's going to get himself more structured, organized. Things are going to be more tight so he can have a sense of focus and direction as he moves forward. Now, he may have to put his shoulders to the wheel. He may have to work up a sweat a bit, but what he puts in is what he's going to get out the year. So if he's just laying back on that generation, well, everybody owes me, he's going to be really disappointed this time next year. But if he makes his put forth a earnest effort, he's going to do very well before it's over, but not without some work or effort.
All right. We got Marlene 3/8, 1996.
Marlene is going to be looking out for number one. Just that
Woo.
simple. It ain't about what a mother wants, a boyfriend wants, the children want. Marlene is going to be looking out for Marlene straight up. It's just that simple. And with it, she's going to find that Leos and Aquarians and Aries are going to play a great part in her life. And she's also may even actually make an attempt to step out on faith and do something on her own or start her own business or get a raise or promotion. That's how I see it.
All right. We
By the
have
way, her numbers are 8, 3, and 6, so I don't leave that out.
so once again, family, I am going in order for those who supported. Somebody I seen somebody in the chat said, Brother Rich, why are you doing those who paid? It is quite obvious. Well, I have to look
No,
out for
you're a
those
straight up money number. You're a straight
it,
up money number, so I can relate to
it,
that. Brother
like
Rich.
family. If you are supporting and you are paying, I'm gonna look out for you. I mean, it's quite obvious. I mean, you are actually, you are investing in yourselves. So shout out to everybody who invested in themselves. But I have to give you the warning to everybody. I said this so many times. We are ending at 10:30. I know a lot of you are just like, man, you're sending in like I need to read it. We are ending at 10:30. I may get the brother for stay for 5 more minutes. I'll see, but y'all get the point. We are ending at
And I'll let
10:30.
them know how they can reach me, so it won't be a
And yeah,
problem.
I know you're like, brother. If you ending at 10:30, shut up, brother. So okay, I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna be quiet and I'm gonna shut up. All right, moving on. 9/4/1961, Lloyd.
Okay, this person is going into a year where things are about to blossom for them. They're about to take on a whole new persona. Normally, they like to be reserved and low key and laid back, but this year is going to bring them more out into the spotlight in ways they can't imagine. And in the course of it, they're going to meet the kind of people that will help them get to the next level, especially by the period of late June into July, especially when things begin to open up with new opportunities for them. Other than that, they like to think outside the box, and their key numbers are the 4, 1, and 5.
All right. Next one, 5/15/1987.
And this person wants to do things for themselves. Not that they don't care about everybody because they're loving, they're beautiful, they're caring, they're sharing, they like to be of service. But this particular year, she's finding that she's going to want to be of service to herself first and foremost. But it makes sense because how can she continue to help people if she don't have herself together? And that is her intention. But if they've been patient and wait till the same time next year, then they will see that sweet side of her that they've been used to seeing. And her key numbers are the 6, 3, and 9.
Kimmy didn't leave her birthday earlier. She left her birthday now.
Well, that's interesting because I was saying her name added
Yeah.
up to a 12 or 3, but she is going into a 3 personal year. And it's interesting because her name adds up to a 12 or a 3. So this may mean even more so she has to be careful of people calling, asking for a favor. Can they do this? Can they take her to the airport? And she'll say yes, but when she think about it, she's going through these mental suffering anxiety of mind of saying, I wish I'd have told them no. And what happened if they couldn't get to me? But she's a caring, loving person. With love, she would do well teaching kids. She would do well teaching, nursing, counseling, social work. She'd do well with her voice too and do well with acting. So she's kind of well-rounded, to be very honest with you. But her key numbers are the 6, 2, and 7.
Shout out Kimmy. All right, Joey is 11/5/1981.
Joey is going into a year that's very friendly to him. He's going to develop this magnetic persona all of a sudden. He's going to be looking at ways of how to embrace and deal with family matters, social matters, matters of commitment. He's going to find that there's going to be a point of duty and responsibilities coming his way. And if he says he's going to do something, the rule is he should take it to the bank. Don't be loose in your words and low on your promises, because um, that will not be to his best advantage. But his numbers are the 5, 9, and 6.
All right, all right. Lloyd knocked these out, don't he, man? Lloyd knocks
Well, that's
these
what you
out.
got me back on point, brother. You know me, I like to.
Yeah, I like it like that, man. Yeah, let's knock these out. All right, so the next one is June 16th, 1981.
Well, this person is a person that is thinking about expanding their horizon. They're going to be meeting during the course of the year those under the signs of Sagittarius and Pisces. They get along with Pisces anyway. And they're
Yeah.
going to find as a result that it's going to be the kind of relationship they're going to have that's going to bring more opportunities into their mix. And all this is going to be real beneficial around about the months of March. And then things open up even more so in the month of June into July. But this person is very analytical. And what's interesting, normally as a rule, this person like to be their own best company. But this year is going to change all of that. And they're going to find they're going to be more social events, more social connections and whatnot. So it's going to be a busy year for him.
All right.
And 7,
Uh,
2, and 7, 2, and 5 are their numbers.
yeah. All right, we got Mustard 10/5/1980.
Now he's going through a 5 personal year and he's born on the 5th day of the month. So anytime your personal year is matching your date of birth, this is going to be an extremely significant year for him, like it was back in 1997 when he was 17 years old. Then also in 2006, okay, when he was 26 years old. And then in 2015, when he was 35 years old. So he's going to find that this year going to take him to a whole nother level in terms of opportunities and a desire to make changes for the better. His key numbers are the 5, 6, and 9.
All right. We got 4/29/1990.
Now, this person is a sweetie pie in that sense. Yet they're going through a change that their heightened sexuality is going to be, or their sexual attraction is going to be heightened. Why they're going through a 5 personal year, and 5 is the number of sex attraction, like Scorpio is the sign of sex attraction. So that she's going to, so if she's wondering why all these people are hitting on her, and especially younger men and things like that, that's because the Geminis and Virgos are going to be on the case, in a minor way Aquarians. But it also means that she's going to have a life to, she's going to have a chance to turn things around for the better. And a lot of opportunities are going to be coming her way, especially in the year, especially in the month, I should say, of May. Just right after her birthday month, something great is going to take off for her. She's going to be quite pleased with the results too. But her numbers are the 2, 7, and 6.
Lloyd, does a person's facial characteristics ever make it easier to give them a reading?
No, but there is a science that deal with, I think it's called phrenology, which is the study of the face, the forehead, the chin. You know, some have an oval face, some have a bowl shaped face, whatever the
Right.
case.
Okay.
Hmm.
All right, let's
Yeah.
get to the next one. I'll be in a 22 year, 6/26, 1972.
Okay. Well, this person, I don't know whether it's a 22 person year. They're probably right, but I'm going to keep it simple. If it's a 4 person year, which it will add up to, that means this person going to be laying the cornerstone. But if they're correct in their analysis, the rule is when you enter a 22 cycle, it doesn't come often. And when it says to whom much is given, much is required. So much is going to be given to this person if they are, in fact, in a 22 year, but it's going to lay the foundation for them to build something solid, something lasting, something that's more concrete and tangible, that makes sense in the real practical world of reality of things. But it also indicates they're going to be like to think outside the box, but they're also going through a health cycle at the same time. And since their birthday since they tend to be misunderstood a little bit by doctors and whatever the case is, that they need to be a little bit mindful and pace themselves and take it nice and easy and stay in their lane. But their key numbers are the 6, 2, and 7.
All right. Benjamin is 3/7/1993.
She or Ben is ready to wrap things up. I got to be honest. Benjamin is not having it. He don't want to hear it. I'm sick and tired of all of y'all. And probably around late September, he woke up and says, "You know what, folks? I don't need this. I don't need that." Whoever's been straddling the fence in his life, it says, I don't need you either. I'm out. So that's what's happening. But at the same time, he has an opportunity to travel long distances. He has a travel to broaden his horizons, be inspirational, motivational, international in his scope. So a lot of things are going to happen. And he's also in a good position to manifest his dreams. His key numbers are the 7, 2, and 6.
All right. Hold up now. Conrad just left. He didn't
And
leave any.
15, 22. His name, Conrad, tells me one of his parents was either an Aquarius or Leo, or born on the 1st, the 4th, the 10th, the 13th, the 19th, the 22nd, 28th, the 31st of the month. And Conrad just likes to be different. His approach is with a sense of humor, a sense of a positive outlook, but almost always he's thinking outside the box and going to do things his way. That is from his name that he just put on the screen.
Indeed. All right, let's get Mecca 422 1988.
This person is going into a year of spirituality, a year where they want to soul search, a year where they begin to ask the questions why they do the things they do. They are going to a point where less is more. That should be their rule. In other words, the less they say, the more they find out. And instead of chasing after what they want, they should put it in the mental screen of their mind and magnetically draw it to them. That's why the elders used to say, you let go and let God, because she's going through God's cycle, which is the number 7. Her key numbers, by the way, are all depending. She's a borderline case, but I would say I would make her key numbers of 4, 1, and 5.
Indeed. All right. We got Mark 8 1989.
That's interesting. That's 8 across the board, an 8 month, an 8 day, and an 8 year. So you add that up, that adds up to the total of a 6. This person is going, in fact, the cycle that he's going through indicates that influential women are going to play a great part in his success. He also, believe it or not, has to be very careful of how he gets on anything. If he buys a motorbike or motor scooter or get on a horse or a bicycle. And if so, he should have a helmet, because he's heading into a cycle that suggests if he's not careful, he might find that he will trip easily. That may cause him some concerns you don't need. But his key numbers are the 8, 1, and 4.
All right.
And notice he donated $8.88.
We got Randy 228.87.
Randy is going through a series of transitions. He's going to be making changes around the way he lives at, in some way, shape, or form, moving into a home, moving out of a home, rearranging where he's presently living. There's also going to be changes at the workplace, too. A new supervisor, new work location, things of that nature. And there's also going to be a change in some of the way his relationships are bending, mending fences, maybe cutting ties loose. But in the meantime, one of the things he needs to focus on is his diet more than anything else. And you'll find if he changes his diet, his health will probably improve too.
All
His key
right.
numbers, by the way, are the 1, 4, and 3.
All right. There's Randy. We got Royalty, not 45 1990.
Royalty is heading into a money cycle.
Ooh.
Royalty is about to do very, very well. Yet 8 is somewhat
Send me
challenging.
another donation, man.
And see, here's the thing that I'm saying. 5s and 3s have a couple of things in common. And one of them is they like to live in the moment. Tomorrow's promised to no one. That's their attitude. So they will spend their money.
Yeah.
That is one of the things that challenges about 3s and 5s. They live in the moment.
Wow.
And in this person, they may have a lot of access to money, but 8 also is a cycle that says also be conservative, be frugal, be prudent about the things you get too. And especially the way this economy is going to be going next year.
Yeah.
Right. So if they keep that in mind, they should turn out pretty well. But they're going to be doing a lot of growing up in 5, 9, and 6 of their numbers.
Shout out Royalty. Shout out to that individual right there. All right, we got Shauna 4/6 1976. Lloyd.
Shauna is about to bring closure to a bad situation. And the nice thing about it, she's an Aries, and she's going to be going into a personal year that governs her zodiac sign. So she's going to be feeling her oats. She ain't going to have it. She ain't going to have it from nobody. Okay. She's going to let everybody knows what time it is. And if relationships have been kind of on the edge, she's going to cut them loose. I can tell you that right now. But normally than that, she's sweet. She's magnetic. She's charming. She's gracious. She's beautiful inside and out. but she can be stubborn if you move her the wrong way. And this is not the year to try to play that game on her. Her numbers are the 6, 9, and 3.
All right. We got, let me see, this is a lengthy message. My birthday is 12/31/94. Is 2024 my personal 5-year or 6-year, given that my birthday is at the very end of the calendar year?
Well, regardless whether they're born on the first day of January or the last day of the year, I still say that this person is about to enter a 6 personal year for the year of 2024. Now, since 6 is not one of the best numbers on the planet for this person, it tells me that some adjustments are going to have to be in order for them to do this. So I would suggest they go back to school. I would suggest they get involved in a weight loss or exercise program to take care of themselves. And I would suggest that everything they commit themselves to, they should follow through, because the cycle they're entering says if you say you're going to do something, do it. You can't just talk. Talk is cheap. And in the words, if they keep the attitude, you can show me, I can show you better than tell you, it will be to their benefit. But it won't be without a few challenges. But hey, we all go through challenges. That's life. Their numbers, by the way, are the 4, 1, and 8.
Let's keep it going. 5/24/1990.
Oh, we just did her. We just did her
Yeah, I
name.
think she didn't. Yeah, she didn't leave a birthday. So yeah, that's what it
Okay.
was.
All right.
Yeah. We got.
So in
Yeah,
this case, she's heading into a 1 cycle year. She
yeah.
wants to start fresh. She wants to start new. She wants to start all over again. In fact, her 3 best friends are me, me, and me. That's it. Okay. Now, it's not just from her birthday. You can tell from her day, she's definitely about home and family and commitment and things like that, service to the community. But she's going to want to back up this year to pay more attention to herself. And the rule of thumb is, how can you continue to be of help or service to somebody if you don't have your house in order? Well, that's exactly what she's about this year. Her key numbers are the 6, 5, and 9.
Okay. All right. We got Steph Smith, 12/27/1976.
Well, Steph Smith is about to make some gradual changes in his life, and it all depends on how this year's working. Women can be a blessing and a curse, but he's going to take time. I would recommend looking at the year he's born that he begins more conscious of his diet. You know, it's interesting. They are putting, if you look at the back of because we don't read in the back of these products that we buy, snacks and other things, they've now used the word biochemically engineered ingredients added. So what I'm saying is this person, because of the year they're going into, and 2 is their major opposition number, they have to be careful where they eat, how they eat, when they eat, in particular, more than anything. So normally he can probably eat down everything, especially hot and spicy foods. But it tells me he has to pay more attention to his stomach and digestive tract this year. Also, he should get a prostate exam too. His key
Hmm.
numbers, by the way, are the 9, the 9, 8, and 6. Excuse me.
Hmm. 6/17/92. Lloyd.
Okay, this person is heading in a year where there needs to be a sense of order, a sense of purpose, a sense of direction of what they do. They will find during the course of this journey for 2024 that the signs of Aquarius and Leo, and in a minor way, Geminis, will also play a part or important role in their development. And they attract both older and younger relationships at the same time. And this year, it's a year where they just need to take it easy and get a sense of direction of how things are going. Their key numbers, by the way, from this birthday is the 8, 6, and 5.
All right. Lloyd, it's 10:30 right now. What you want to do, Lloyd?
I'll give it 5 more minutes, and then I really got to go because I got to prepare for an 11
Yeah,
thing. But
yes, sir. Yes,
I'll give it 5 more
yes, sir.
minutes.
All right, we got 6/30/1999, Lloyd.
Well, this person is going into a year where their lives are going to improve financially. They're going to do a lot of maturing or growing up. They're going to reconnect with the people that's in their lives, and they're in a cycle that is a pregnancy cycle. It's either if they don't get somebody pregnant or involved in a pregnancy directly, indirectly, somebody say, you're going to be an uncle, you're going to be an aunt, you're going to be a godfather, a godmother, but there's going to be a sense of a pregnancy, which could also be symbolic that symbolically they may give birth to an idea or plan or enterprise, particularly in the month of February coming up as well. But they're very prudent about things. They're very conservative about things. And No, I'm sorry. They're born June the 30th. See, because I'm looking at how they put it. So that tells me they're outside the country too. So that's when they put the date in front of the month. That normally means they're outside the country, like the UK or something like that. So anyway, they're June the 30th. So that means they're still in an eight personal year, regardless. But it means their key numbers are the 3, 2, and 7.
All right. Let's go to Conrad 310 1992. Lloyd.
I wonder if this is the same Conrad that just left his name that we said was a 22. But
Yeah, I wonder.
anyway, they're going to be in a year where things are going to be opening up, and the signs that are going to be beneficial to him will be Sagittarius and Pisces, which is the ruler of his sign. So since he's in a year that favors his sign, and he's in a year where it's about good luck and expansion and prosperity and improvement and games of chance and recognition, I would say he has no excuse not to do exceptionally well. The only thing is not to get carried away, because in a year, threes in a three cycle, people normally take things to extremes, whether it's alcohol or Haagen-Dazs ice cream or whatever the case is. Whatever it is, everything has to be kept in balance within reason. But their numbers are the 1, 4, and 3.
And we got 12/20 1984. Lloyd.
This lady is going to be reconnecting with her past, especially around late February and late March into April. But she's going to find her attitude is about building, laying the foundation to some things that are very important and meaningful. And by the way, she's very particular and finicky about her eating habits and dietary laws. And so she might be building something and changing and be more conservative about where she eats, why she eats. I mean, where she eats, when she eats, things of that nature. But without question, those under the signs of Aquarius and Leo and Geminis will be playing a part in her development. And at the same time, although she may have to put in the work, but if she doesn't, she's going to get back equal measure that which she made the effort to do. Her key numbers are the 2, 7, and 3. She's actually a sweetie pie, need a hug twice a day.
Mm. Okay. Um, Let me see. All right, we got 1/16 1979.
Well, this person is going into a 7 personal year, and they happen to be born on the 16th day, which is a 7. So that tells me this, without question, is going to be a very significant year for them to do and find out who they are, why they do the things they do, going further down the rabbit hole to get to some answers that have eluded them over a period of time, and also discovering things about themselves that perhaps they did not know, or something about their family or their ancestors. They're also going to be building a kind of a spiritual kind of growth, going back to church or getting a reading or things of that nature, getting more into the metaphysical arena of life. Their key numbers, by the way, are the 7, 2, and 8.
Mm-hmm. All right, this is some interesting stuff, y'all. This is some interesting stuff.
Yeah.
Let's get to Obi is 8/13 1998.
Now, Obi is a Leo 4 person who is going into a 2 or master number 11 year. It all depends. And how you determine it, you take the month, the day, and the year, you add your columns down, add them across. If it adds to an 11, that means he's functioning at a high level. And the point is, if he is an 11, going into his 11 year, where 11 doesn't come often, but one thing is clear, it rules his sign of Leo, followed by the sign of Aquarius. But if he's just in a 2 cycle, which I suspect it may be, it simply means that he has to take his time, be patient. And Leos are not known for their patience. Now, they're known for their magnanimous personality, their generous thing, but they like to also keep it moving too. Well, this year says he's going to have to go slow and easy and take his time and be patient. And I'd rather him be patient rather than rushing to have to do something all over again.
All
His
right,
key, by the way, are the 4, 1, and 5.
indeed. All right. Oracle, Oracle Eyes, I think we got you already. No, I think you left your stepdad. I think Oracle Eyes left her
Yeah,
stepdad,
but you
but
know
she
what's
left,
interesting? The stepdad was born on the 21st of the month. I think this is the same one.
yeah, it might be the same. This might be the same one, Oracle Eyes. Let's let me know if we are incorrect. Oracle Eyes. Let's get to the next one. Jerome Higgins, 4/9, 1965.
The one thing about Jerome Higgins is this is a man that has a good opinion of himself. He think he's the greatest thing since ice cream. That man don't care what I say on your show or any other show. He think he's all of that in a bag of chips. No question. Okay?
Woo!
So
Woo!
this is why he will have open enemies because his courage and confidence will be misinterpreted as being cocky or arrogant, which is not. But he is a man that's bold. He tells it the way he sees it. It's straight, no chaser. And if you don't like it, what can I tell you? The truth is the truth. You shouldn't come to him. That's how he rolls. More than likely, he is more of a victim of accidents than illnesses, cuts, burns, bruises, fender benders, breaks, falls, things of that nature, affecting more the right side of his body than the left side of his body. And this particular year, he's in a year where things are going to literally open up and blossom for him. And that makes it nice because his key numbers are the 9, 6, and 3, and he'll be entering a 3 personal year, which is a cycle of good luck.
All right, we got Gabriel, 11/02, 1972, Lloyd.
Well, Gabrielle is going into a fun year. This year has been kind of in liking with in a sense, but yet this year has brought about that we're wrapping up a year of uncertainty where things have been iffy or up in the air. Well, that's not going to be the case as she opens up 2024 because things are going to be opening. In fact, she's going to open up on a great, great note. She's going to be getting it together. She's going to be traveling in March, but her relationship cycle with moving in or moving out or dealing with somebody meaningful is going to take place in the month of March. But there's going to be a year where she's going to have a lot of fun. She's going to be getting her flirt on, okay? But she's also going to be attracting possibly somebody from a different culture, uh, religiously, spiritually, ethnically, or whatever. So she shouldn't be surprised. But her key numbers are the 2, 7, and 6.
All right, and we have Trish Wanna Dandridge.
Anna's going into a 6 personal year, so it all depends on how she entered the year. If door number 1 she enters a 2024, she has nobody, that will change. If door number 2 she enters that year of 2024 with somebody in her mix, she'll find that that person, the way they're speaking, they want to take it to another level of commitment. But if she's entering door number 3 going into 2024 with that person she's involved with working her nerves, it will go south by the summertime. That I can tell you. She's very psychic and intuitive. I would never play her. You could, but you get your feelings hurt. And she got a memory like 2 elephants, so don't play the sister. Her key numbers are the 2, 7, and 6.
Hmm. We got Howard, February 11th, 1986.
Howard is about to take off in terms of his reputation, his good name,
Ooh.
expansion. So a lot of things are in store for him. He's going to be quite busy. So all those visionary ideas, because Aquarius is a visionary sign, he's born in a visionary number. So he's entering a year of the 3, which brings about creativity, imagination, expression of things that are very colorful and meaningful and musical. So he's about to really get busy for the year. So it should be a wonderful year for him. By the way, his numbers are the 2, 7, 4, and 1. He's the first person of all the people we call that has 4 numbers, not 3.
Dope. Shout out Howard. All right, we got Cedar, 6/14, 1984. And let's see, we can't read 2 numbers. Just your number right now. She don't left 2 numbers.
Well, it's interesting. 5 rules the sign of Gemini, and her daughter is born in the sign of Gemini. But with her being a Gemini 5 and 5 rules that sign, I would say the best way to hold on to Cedar is to let her go. Don't be clocking her where she's going, when she's going, because now she wants to start a 1. She's starting in a brand new 1 cycle year. So that means she's cut her losses about someone or something this year. And she said, you know what? I had enough of y'all. Y'all are out of here, or at least I'm out of here. So right now, since the last month and a half or 2, she's been really focusing on what she needs to do for herself and nothing else but her daughter, who has just turned 2 years old at that, coming up 2 years old. And so that's what I'm looking at. But although 5 is the number of sex attraction, as you can see from our image, she's got more going for her than what you see on the surface because her number suggests she's multifaceted, multidimensional, multi-talented. So that needs to be taken into consideration just than outwardly attractive. She's much more than that, believe me. But her key numbers are the 5, 6, and 9.
See, I noticed you left 2 names. And your donation is $1.99, Cedar. That's that son. Right? That's 199 and you leave two names. That's the audacity of you, Cedar. All right, let's keep it going.
Hey, that's why they say you get what you pay for. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Let's go to
Okay.
Michael
Now,
108.
Michael is heading into a year that matches him completely. A couple of things going. He's a Capricorn, and the year coming up favors Capricorn. Secondly, he's born on the 8th, and 2024 adds up to an 8. This man has no excuse whatsoever not to do well. It's just that simple. Now, that don't mean that he lay back in his car and sit back on the couch and all that stuff. You put in the work. We are nowadays that we think that we are entitled to things, but he looks like he's from the old school. And when I look at his name, Michael, it also tells me one of his family members could be an Aquarius or a Gemini or Leo. But it also indicates that he think outside the box. So sometimes he's torn between being conservative and his name says he's being rebellious. So it sounds like a strange mix, but the brother is probably a genius in his own way. And only as he's gotten older, his life has gotten better, I would say. His key numbers, by the way, are the 8, 6, and 3.
Indeed.
And I've got about 2 minutes. I got one
Okay.
more call. I got to go.
We got one last one. Dwayne Keith Abram is March 23rd, 1988, Lloyd.
Okay, well, this particular person is in a year where they need to back up off everybody. They need to take their time. Instead of chasing after things, they should magnetize it by thinking. So what they think is what's going to be important, because this person is entering the year for 2024, the year of the law of attraction for him. So if he's thinking negative, he think he has no money, that will become a self-fulfilled prophecy. So instead, think of success, think of finance, think of relationship, all the things that's been a challenge. Instead of chasing it, you magnetize it. You know, a dear friend of mine says sometimes when you're chasing after something, maybe it's trying to get away from you. So he's in a cycle this year where he needs to stay steady, stay still, meditate, magnetize, and bring it to him. That's why the elders say you let go and let God. If he follows that, he should do well. His key numbers are the 5, 9, and 6.
All right. Hey Lloyd, for those who didn't get a reading, I made so many announcements and I said that we're gonna end at 10:30. But for those who get a reading, did not get a reading, how can they reach you, Lloyd?
Simple. Linktree / numbers in you. They will get, if they go to Linktree / numbers in you. Linktree, for those who may be new to it, like I was, King Simon introduced me. That's TR.EE/ numbers in you. Linktree numbers in you. They'll find they can purchase my books on Amazon. They can enroll in my online course, and they should all pick up my newest project, which is my numerology app called A Star 8. It's ASTAR, the number 8. It's available on Amazon. It's available on Android. Pick it up, download it. It tells you about your lucky numbers and days and things like that. It has a calendar. I have an ebook, and I'm now on TikTok too. But all of that you will see if you go to Linktree / numbers and you.
All right. Yeah. So yeah. These people, some of y'all are funny in the chats, but listen, I want to thank everybody.
You know, I know.
Yeah,
You
dude,
can't win for losing.
some dude is like, I want a refund. I was clearly skipped over, bro. I'm gonna put you. I'm gonna give you a little shine. Justin, you was not skipped over, brother. Trust me. Trust me when I say he was not skipped over. I
Now,
promise
here's how
you,
I do it.
he
Here's
was
how I
not
do it.
skipped over, Justin. I
I tell
promise you.
people the way
I
I
promise
work it
you.
on my show, because I have a live show every Monday and Wednesday, which you were on, called Numbers and You on
Yeah.
YouTube every Monday and Wednesday from 7 to 9, 7 to 8. Some people, because I'm doing things by myself like you, right? Sometimes I might miss a person and they says, well, man, I donated some money. And I tell people, for those who feel like that, then you should not donate unless you're called on. But then again, you just deal with people. See me, I'll pick those who donate, those who don't. I kind of spread it all over. You are number 8, so I know how you roll. It's business is business. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
But sometimes you can't get
He full of
everybody, but
shit.
it's
He
not
full of
deliberate. And
shit.
they
You know
should
what I
know
mean?
that.
Yeah.
Evidently, if they watch your show on the regular, they should know you're not trying to But if they want a refund, they're certainly entitled to it.
I made how many times I said in earlier, Lloyd, we're ending at 10:30. I said that so many times earlier. So many times. I made it specifically clear. But like I said, family, some of you may have came in late. And the individual that I just put the comment on, email me, email Lloyd. My email is Richard Merritt, RICHINMERIT at yahoo.com.
And
That's
my
Richard.
link tree is / numbers NU. So maybe he can, and he can also schedule an appointment to talk to me.
Yeah, so there's we just all you have to do is rewind it. There's no excuses. Rewind it. Write the numbers, the names we just gave down. Contact us if there's ever a problem. But I said so many times today, family, that we have to end it at 10:30. I know some of y'all enjoy and love this so much, and I don't want to take this for granted. I understand how precious this is of a gift this is to offer to humanity. I don't take it for granted and my platform. I love all of you and I appreciate you for wanting and joining. But that's why I make it painfully obvious in the beginning. We're ending at a
Yeah, you
certain
were.
time.
Because the
Yeah,
last
yeah,
time we did a marathon about 2.5 hours, we was
yeah,
rolling, we was
yeah,
popping. Okay,
yeah.
but
But
this time I gotta
yeah,
pop off, so it's not
I,
a
I
problem.
I understand who we are. Listen, Lloyd, I want to thank you for tuning in.
Thank you,
I
thank you.
see
All the best to you and your family and the
next
Mrs.
time
W.
I see you, my brother, will be 2024 next year. I'll be rolling into Lloyd. I could do magic. You see the shirt?
I
I'm gonna
need to
send you
know how
one.
to get. You need to put on blast how we can get that shirt.
I'm gonna
That's what
send
you
you
need to
one.
do,
HolyGhost3.com. Lloyd, I'm gonna send you one. Lloyd, I gotta see you wear it. When
brother. The next
I
time I'm on, I will wear it. I'm telling you, the next time you have me on, I will have it on my chest. Trust me.
Oh
Okay.
man, dope, Lloyd. But thanks so much. This has been a
Thank you, buddy.
magnificent, fun show. Family, we see you next time. Peace.
Peace.